Hi there, and welcome to the Salted Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food and we keep it real simple. And we just made the most amazing 10-pound turkey right in our 8-quart Ninja Foodi. It is cooked perfectly. It was done in under an hour. That's total time. That's time to pressure, cook time, and natural release time. So this was super fast. Now I'm going to show you how to carve up your turkey, whether you cooked it in the Ninja Foodi or you cooked it in the oven or however you cooked it. This process will be the same. And if you want to make your turkey in the Ninja Foodi, I will link to that video right up there so that you can check out the instructions for that. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is I have a nice platter here because I'm gonna arrange this on the platter. I really recommend if you are not familiar with how to carve a turkey, and trust me, I'm not super familiar either because I do it, once a year? And I only really started doing it correctly about 2 or 3 years ago because I used to do like everybody else, I guess, and just start slicing off pieces, but that is not the correct way to do it. So I'm gonna get into that in just a minute. But you don't wanna carve your turkey right at the table, especially if you're not real familiar with how to do it. You don't want the pressure of all the family around, just staring at you while you're carving up the turkey. So take it to the kitchen, even if you present it, on a beautiful platter like I usually do, then I just pull it off the table and go in and transfer it to a cutting board to carve it up. And the only thing you're gonna need to carve up the turkey is a nice sharp knife. You can either use tongs or you can use a little meat fork, whichever you prefer. So the legs and the wings here, the wings especially are kind of already falling off because it was a little overcooked with our 21-minute pressure cook time, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? But yeah, it was a little overcooked, so they're kind of falling off. But process is still going to be the same, no worries. So the first thing we want to do is get the wishbone out in the back. This is not absolutely necessary, but it does make future steps a little bit easier. So I'm just going to take my knife and kind of slit the skin right back here so I can see where the wishbone is. So I'm just going to slit it there and kind of see where is the wishbone. And it's right back in here. So what I do is I just take my finger and kind of grab it and run my finger along the side of it. You could do this with a knife too, but I actually just find it a little bit easier to just do it with my fingers and then just give it a tug and it will pull out. And then you have your wishbone, okay? And as a kid, I don't know about you, but as a kid, we always saved those. We let them dry, and then my sister and I would pull them apart, and you make a wish, and whoever gets the larger piece, I think their wish comes true. All right, let's taste this. Oh my gosh. This is the best turkey ever. Oh wow, it is so good. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is take the wings off, which mine are kind of already coming off, so it's going to be pretty easy here. And yeah, I don't even have to do any cutting to get mine off. So they're not the most beautiful thing, but still, we'll get those on the platter. Okay, so I'm going to take the wings off of both sides. And again, this is super easy here to do because the pressure cooking, I think, also loosened up everything, and because it was just a little overcooked. All right, so now there's another piece here that I want to take off. So I'm just going to run my knife around here, and sometimes it's easier just to grab and kind of pull back. And get under there. All right, perfect. All right, and I'll do the same thing on the other side to get this little bone out here. Whoops, I'm messing up the breast. Okay. And now I'm just gonna pull back a little bit here. There it goes. So I just usually pull it off, but you can go back there with a knife and get that out. All right, so let's get the legs off now. And this turkey came with a little bit of the fat kind of securing the legs. So I'm just gonna pull that off. Sometimes they have strings, so you could also do that. You could just, cut the string. Then I'm just going to take my knife, and again, you can see this is separated really, really easily here. And just pull it. This is the easiest turkey I've ever carved. I will tell you that too, because because everything just comes right apart. All right, so let's work with the leg and the thigh here. And what I do is just kind of take my knife in here and feel for where it's going to come apart. There's a little bone here, or cartilage, that I just cut through. As soon as I can see it, right? I'm not finding it. There it is. All right, so once you see that, and see how much easier it was just to kind of break it apart. But once you can see it, your knife can go straight through and separate the joints. So now we've got a nice drumstick. Put that there. You can also take the thigh bone out here, which is pretty easy to do. Just take your knife straight down here and debone the thigh. So go along the sides of the bone here. Watch your fingers, of course. And take the bone out. All right, so now you've got some thigh meat that you can cut up. And the way that I like to do that is put the skin over top and then just go down with a very sharp knife. Watch your fingers. All right. And then with the knife, I usually just take it up and lay it on the platter. Now I'm doing this kind of a little backwards just because I've got to reach over the turkey. Ordinarily, I would have it over to the side, make it a little easier. Then you can do the same thing with this other side. There's one little piece of cartilage there I want to get out. All right, perfect. Or you could use this piece for some soup or turkey tetrazzini. It's not as pretty as the other side there, but we can put that right there. All right, perfect. Now, real quick, because I'm getting a little slippery on my knife, and that is dangerous, I'm gonna wash my hands and wash my knife and dry everything off. Then we're gonna repeat the process on the other side, and then we're gonna get the breast meat off and cut that up. All right, so I went ahead and did the exact same thing to the other side. So we removed the leg and the thigh and cut that up and got that on the platter. Now it's time to do the breast meat. And so we took out where the wishbone was earlier on. And now if you just make a little slit here, you will be able to see where the bone, the breastbone starts. And again, I like to use my fingers for this. I just find it to be a little bit easier. So once you locate where the breastbone is, which mine is right on this right side, then you just take your knife and go along the breastbone. Just follow along, cutting down, pulling it away if you need to, just to make sure you're getting all the breast meat off. And we're getting a big, beautiful piece of the turkey breast here. Look at that. Look at how easy that is. So now we have the whole turkey breast here, and we're going to go ahead and cut it up. And the way you want to do that is the same way that we did with that thigh, and just make these cuts like this. So I usually make them about 1 inch. You can make them bigger if you like, or smaller. It's totally up to you and how many people you want to feed. All right. Now, let's see if I can get this over here without really messing everything up. There we go. All right, look how beautiful that looks. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. I'm going to move that so I have a place to put the other breast here. So now we know where the breastbone is, and we're just going to go to the right of it here. Again. It's easier if I put it towards me, so I'm going to have to do that. Sorry, guys. To make sure that I'm getting the whole thing. All right, this is super easy to do. This is the easiest one I think I've ever carved, and I'm sure that has to do with pressure cooking it, really. All right, so there we go. There we have the carcass. There's a little bit of meat on there that you could take off if you wanted. But what I usually do is just leave that, and I'm gonna make some turkey bone broth with all of these bones. Wow. I cannot wait to taste this. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna take this centerpiece. Look at that, it's gorgeous. That's the one I'm gonna taste. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, and there you go. And now we have a beautiful plate of turkey to serve our family, and I'm just so excited. But let me taste it, because I didn't do that in the last video when I actually made it. I didn't taste the breast part. This is so tender. Oh, I can just tell. Wow. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't think I'll cook turkey any other way than in the Ninja Foodi under pressure. This is unbelievable. It's so good. This is easily enough to feed 6 people, probably even 8 people. It's a 10-pound turkey. I did it in 8-quart Ninja Foodi under pressure. I did 21 minutes, probably would only take 18. But really, really the end result is superb. Better than the oven. So I'm a convert for sure. I'll be pressure cooking my turkeys every Thanksgiving from now on. Let's not forget about this glorious broth that made itself basically from the turkey juices when we pressure cooked. So you can turn this into a delicious gravy. You could turn it into soup. You could add it to your bone broth for extra flavor when you make your bone broth. But don't throw it away, because this is gold, liquid gold, guys. And I think I'm gonna whip up some gravy.